Welcome to Novelty with the HTC One M8 and the Samsung Galaxy S5. Here in a short comparison we have both here in almost the final version, so we have here not a final software installed, but of course from the hardware you can already see what the difference is. We just look at the both devices. From the front we have here a 5.1 inch screen and a 5.0 inch screen, both Full HD, but still the Samsung is smaller and lighter, and that's mainly due to the fact that we have here boom sound inside HTC, so you need a little space for the speakers, and a full metal design, full metal body here by HTC, where you cannot take off the back cover and take out the battery. That's of course all possible here with Samsung, and we have also here this nice rubberish leather feeling here on the back of the Samsung Galaxy S5, which we don't have on a Samsung HTC, but there we have a rubber cover actually inside the box. So you can see here we have the refocus function here with HTC due to the fact that we have two cameras, but here with Samsung we have a really great 60 megapixel camera with also a pulse sensor in the bottom, so you can check your heart rate, but HTC also has a dual flash. So then on the bottom, if you just compare both, you have USB 3.0 here for faster charging and faster data transfer here in the Samsung, but HTC only has USB 2.0 with MHL and the headphone port on the bottom. On the top both have infrared. Nothing special here. HTC of course with the power button right there, Samsung on the side. If you just look at them both here in thickness comparison, or you can see that there's almost no difference. The HTC is a little bit slimmer maybe, but also has a 2600 milliamp battery, which is not that big compared to the 2800 here in the Samsung, which is of course also quite nice. If you unlock both devices and start the camera, you can just check out here a little bit comparison. So let me just here go into the camera in both devices, where we have of course a really fast picture transfer and to the lens with the Snapdragon 801 processor in both, working with 2 GB of RAM. But you can see here that the HTC has maybe a little bit more of a widescreen camera, but the colors are looking better, I would say, on the Samsung, not due to the fact that it's a bigger screen, but they are producing the displays of course for themselves. So you can see the quality is quite great. If you look at the front camera, let me just switch here. You can see that here also the wide angle is the same, but maybe it's a little bit sharp. The picture is a little bit sharper on the HTC, but actually I think it should be the same with both having a 5 megapixel frontal camera, and also the speed is quite okay. Otherwise, there's a lot of software features that differ in the both devices, but mainly in the hardware. I like about Samsung that we have still all the Android buttons here outside of the screen. You don't waste any space on the screen for the Android buttons, and here HTC has really now all the buttons on the screen, which makes the screen even smaller actually in use for watching videos or anything else. But otherwise, both great devices, about the same price, both with microSD, card reader, good cameras, and actually the Samsung is also waterproof, but of course the HTC has this nice little metal design, which is also just a nice to have. So thank you much for tuning in. This was a really short comparison. There's of course soon longer comparison coming up and test of both devices. Thank you much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Balazs Gal, and this was Endeavor TV.